Hello guys, how is everyone doing? Today I want to do another top 5 video, and on today's video, I made a fan requested video. People have been asking me for a long time to do a video on the top 5 best affordable vehicles to own. I tried to think of a number for affordable, and I decided on any vehicle under $2 million. I understand this still may be expensive for some people, but there are many vehicles that are over $3 million. Now some of these vehicles, you do unfortunately need a property like a hangar, but we're looking at the initial vehicle prices themselves and why they're good deals. We're focusing on vehicles that have special abilities. You purchase these vehicles, how are they going to help you in the long run? How are they going to make the game easier for you, or how are they going to help you get money? Now, I know everybody has their top 5 best vehicles, so I don't want to get in the way of anybody's opinion, but this is just my opinion and why I think these vehicles are the top 5 best affordable vehicles. So now let's get started. Starting off at number 5, we have the Cargobob. This costs a total of $1,790,000, but you can also use the Jetsim version for $1,995,000. Get the regular version, as the Jetsim is just one with a different paint. The Cargobob is not only decently priced, but it's a very underrated vehicle as well. The Cargobob is the most useful during import-export sourcing. You can call it in, then go fly and pick up the vehicle. You can pick it up, take it to your warehouse. Using the Cargobob, it's very helpful because it takes the vehicle over the hills and other buildings, saving a lot of time having to take tight turns. It also minimizes damage because you don't have to worry about crashing it. However though, be careful because on some missions, hostile AI will spawn in buzzards and they'll attack you. Once you deliver it to the warehouse, there is an animation for it as well, so you don't have to drop it and get out of it. If you want, you can also use it to pick up supply vehicles for the MC business in the bunker. I personally recommend buying supplies, not stealing supplies, but if you want to steal supplies, you can also use the Cargobob to pick it up. You don't need a hangar to own the Cargobob as well. You can just call it in as a Pegasus vehicle. It's very useful. Check out the Cargobob. At number 4, we have the Rogue plane. This plane costs a total of $1,596,000 normally, but you can get it for a trade price of $1,200,000 after you complete 6 crate missions for the hangar. So you want to do those crate missions, you get some money for those crates, and you also get a good trade price, $1,200,000. You do need a hangar to own this aircraft, however, it's very much worth the price, and the best beginner aircraft. Its cheap price, $1,200,000, makes it definitely affordable. It's faster than the Laser and the Hydra, and it can carry 2 people. It can also drop bombs, fire lock-on missiles, and has explosive cannons. The explosive cannons, they fire at a slower rate than a Hydra, and they aren't centered, but they are very effective at taking out other aircraft, especially in a dogfight. This aircraft, it's also very agile. You can see me here playing Velocity with my friend RG, and I was able to hit the checkpoints easily with it. Its speed makes it great to get across the map. Also, I have used this aircraft to counter griefers before. I find it very easy to drop bombs with this plane because of its speed and agility, and I have used it very effectively. I have also engaged in aerial dogfights, and I've come out victorious. While it's not as effective as the B-11 or Pyro in dogfights, its explosive cannons make it very useful. If an Oppressor Mark II locks onto you, you can fly in circles and make them waste all their missiles as well. Because the plane has a co-pilot, you can let them use the bombs or the flares. Me and my friend, what we do is I fly, and he would sit in the back seat. He would use flares, I would dive down and bomb, and then he would deploy the flares when people lock onto us so that we don't get shut out when I'm coming in pretty close to them for the bombing run. If you haven't checked out the Rogue yet, check it out. It's a very underrated aircraft and my personal favorite plane. Since it's a cheap vehicle, it will also help you in the hangar, especially starting out, getting cargo and dropping it off. Check out the Rogue, especially if you do the hangar business. Next at number 3, we have the Buzzard. This vehicle costs $1,750,000 and does not require a hangar. You can call it in as a Pegasus vehicle. The Buzzard also requires no upgrades. This is the oldest vehicle on this list and still relevant to today. What makes the Buzzard so great is that it can be spawned with a CEO easily with the interaction menu. You don't even have to be a CEO, but you can be an associate, spawn it right through the menu. It spawns almost right in front of you instantly on the same street. You don't have to drive to a location to pick it up unless you want to use it with Pegasus. Because the Buzzard can be spawned so easily, it can be used for a variety of reasons, ranging from quick transportation, to completing VIP work, to sourcing crates with it. It's a very fast helicopter, makes getting around the map easily, and if you're a really good pilot with it, you can complete Headhunter in close to 2 minutes like I did here. The Buzzard is one of the best beginning vehicles in the game, and anyone starting out, especially if they are doing VIP work, needs to invest in this helicopter. Motorcycle clubs can also spawn the Buzzards with their road captains. However, it costs $1,000 and it's not weaponized, but bikers have that feature as well. If you play as a CEO and you don't have the Buzzard, you need to get it. It will help you greatly. At number 2, we have the Terabyte, which is the best vehicle for grinders because it makes running many of the businesses so much more smooth. The Terabyte cost an initial price of $1,375,000, which I was very surprised by when I first purchased it. However, you do need a nightclub to purchase it. You can add on a weapon workshop, a drone station, and a vehicle workshop for the Oppressor Mark II. However, these upgrades can stack up and will put you over $2 million. However, you don't need those upgrades if you want to focus on just the business aspect of the Terabyte. The standard computer comes with the Terabyte, and when you use this computer, you can store CEO crates, import-export vehicles, and you can steal supplies. You can't buy supplies with it, unfortunately, but if you want, you can do steal missions with it. It also lets you source hangar cargo, but I strongly suggest you don't do this. If you source hangar cargo with it, most missions will take you back to the hangar to get into a vehicle you don't need for the mission, so it kind of defeats the purpose of using the Terabyte. However, it's very effective for crates and import-export. A Terabyte is a money-making machine because you can spawn it with the menu. It doesn't spawn as close as a Buzzard would, but it still spawns pretty close. You can go inside it, then source your crates or your cars. The reason this is so great is because we don't have to waste time going through that long animation into the office on the computer, back out of the office. You just go right in, source your crates or your car, then spawn it again. It has a 5-minute cooldown for spawns, but that's why it's a good idea to keep it near your warehouse. The Terabyte also has client jobs, and if you upgrade it with a drone station, you can do jobs like diamond shopping. You don't actually need to use the drone station for this job, but you need it to start it. You go into the jewelry store, you take a briefcase, you deliver it, boom, easy $30,000. The Terabyte is also extremely armored, offering a weapons bench where you can upgrade your weapons. I wouldn't bother with this if you already have the MOC or the Avenger of One, and it also offers a vehicle workshop for the Oppressor Mark II. The Terabyte is decently fast for a large vehicle and can push other vehicles out of the way no problem. If you upgrade it fully, you can also take 35 RPGs, and if you're in the back, you can survive an orbital cannon. It will destroy the vehicle, but you won't die. If you're a grinder, you need to add this vehicle, and anyone else should too. It's the best money-making vehicle. Before I unveil the number 1 best affordable vehicle, I wanted to make a special mention of the Vagner supercar, which cost $1,535,000. I'm not really a car guy myself, but a lot of people have told me very positive things about this car. The reason it's a special mention and not on the list itself is because it has no special abilities, but it's a very fast car. It has great handling. It's arguably the fastest car in the game if you don't count the boost from the Vigilante. I'm surprised the vehicle isn't over $2 million, but if you do races, you want to invest in this car as it will help you greatly, and while it might not be as good to get around the map as flying vehicles like the Oppressor Mark II or the regular Oppressor or even the Thruster and the Buzzard, if you take this thing on the highway, you can get to your destination pretty quickly. So if you're a race guy, check out the Vagner. Only cost $1,535,000. And at number 1, the best affordable vehicle is the Armored Karuma. This thing is such a helpful vehicle and the best beginner vehicle anyone can own. What makes the Armored Karuma so good? This thing is almost completely bulletproof. It makes it very difficult to be shot out of, and even though the enemies have a very hard time shooting you out, you can use drive-by weapons in the vehicle all around. That means you can clear out areas crawling with enemies by yourself, and it even gets better. How much is the Armored Karuma? It is $525,000 if you complete the Fleeca job for the first time. If you complete the Fleeca job, you get easy money from the heist and an extra $100,000 for the first time completion, making it very easy to get this vehicle. Anyone can afford this vehicle. It's the most affordable on this list, the best price, and useful for most situations. In PvP combat, players can blow you up with one explosion. However, it's the most useful in missions. Here you can see me playing the Los Santos Connection, a mission intended for 6 players, and I'm using the Armored Karuma. I take barely any damage and I clear out all the enemies. The Karuma can be used anywhere. It can be used for crate missions, VIP work, contact missions, even heists. It makes most heist missions really easy because you can get everyone in the car. It carries 4 people and it's fast and has a great acceleration. And you and your team can easily clear out areas of enemies. Check out the Armored Karuma if you have not already. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. If you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, subscribe. Let me know down below any other affordable vehicles under $2 million that you find useful that I didn't mention. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.